and welcome back to Blueprints. Today is day 41 and we have some things to find out. But first of all, I actually looked at the puzzles from the last few episodes, like a little bit off camera, between recording sessions. But sadly, I have not figured out the solution yet, just because I haven't had the time to really look into it. They're like the main things, obviously the clock tower I'm going to fully ignore, right? Like I just feel like there are probably 24 or so solutions that are possible, and I'm just gonna have to try all of them out, because I at least don't see a consistent rule that only makes like one of them possible. There is the Baron bafflers. I looked into those, but I have not yet figured those out. And the third one is like the letter by Lady Epson. I think I have a theory how that is supposed to work, but I have not quite figured it out. I think it's one of those situations where you're supposed to like read it out loud, and it kind of makes sense then, right? Instead of like looking at the text. Well, I would have loved to see the tomb, but let's just make this a schoolhouse run. That's completely fine, right? Like those are the two interesting locations outside currently, the schoolhouse and the tomb, just because I need the key again and to get to the diary, but we can do that in the next run. And today we're starting in the billiard room of all the rooms. I mentioned this. Okay, this is so weird. Like I feel like most of the time, don't I come in like from this side? I don't know. It's probably just the layout today, but still, I just do this just to have it on camera. Again, it's math, right? Like once you figure out the rules, that is 8. Then it's like not really hard, right? Like it's just like the first time where you have to figure it out. Afterwards, it's just like repeating this. Wait, -5, -15, so 3, 9. Ooh, going in here, -10. Wait, this is a minus, so -15. Wait. -10? Negative... No, wait. I'm stupid. It's -5, obviously. This addition, it's not subtraction. Subtraction is obviously... it makes more sense because I'm already subtracting. I might be a little bit tired, I don't know. So it's 5, 25, so 15. Where is it? Over here. It's just me being confused, okay? Okay, we have the silver key, so I'm gonna try to get the... what's it called? The foyer again. We can at least check out the stars and the constellations. This is a big one. I think this is the key again. This is the one alone. This is the cross. This is the twins. This is the... is that the sail? Let's see. No, that's the apple. So those are twins. Those are twins again? Oh no, this is slice. Okay. I wanted to say that doesn't make sense to have like the twins there twice. Okay. That's slightly better. But we get like a lot now that we have more than 20 stars, which is nice. Now, is there something really interesting here? I don't think so, right? Like at this point, this is really the interest paying off, that we're getting a lot of stuff, but otherwise, I don't think it's like too interesting what we're getting inside of here. Ooh, wait. Vestibule is one of the new rooms that I've not checked out yet. This is, from what I remember, the like the antechamber, basically, like what they used as the antechamber before. It's kind of expensive, and this was like 2 doors. Yeah, this one closed when I entered. Wait, what was the rule? It had served the original antechamber in the olden days. Oh wait, I should have probably read like the actual text on here instead of the description. 3 of the doors in this room unlock, and the 4th one becomes unlocked. So you can basically pay steps for this to be a 4-way intersection. So this one's fine. We should probably get into classrooms finally, because I had to avoid all of them because they always were like dead ends. But the first classroom, obviously... I was stuck there for quite some time now. I don't know, it felt kind of weird. First classroom, obviously not too interesting. And this one's the locked one this time, but I could open it using a key. But if I go in again, then... I'm gonna experiment with that in a second. Wait. I don't think that the old classrooms are interesting anymore, obviously, but I just want to see how this works. Like if I enter again, you close, and this time you're locked. Okay, so it's literally just random, and I can use steps to basically reroll. That's kind of interesting. Okay, this is actually an important choice. I kind of want to visit the Rumpus room just to get more of the divinations. What did they call them? The whatever Alzara foresees. I don't know. This definitely would be nice. A classroom. I mean, we need them, but I feel like the Rumpus room is important, and then we can use the classroom afterwards to reroll again. But like, this is the last gem, but we luckily don't need any gems. So let's see what Alzara has to, yeah, teach us about ourselves.
As it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. Faintly in the mist, I see a figure. A statue cradled in a courtyard of sentinel stone. You will find yourself one day wandering these paths, walking in the footsteps of the past, wandering and waiting, searching for a shadow that will never be cast, longing for the day to end, the hours to pass. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Okay, this is interesting. I didn't write down the name last time, but down in the safe house we saw the plan of the museum, and there was the statue, and I forgot the name of, I think, was it the king? Like the king who won? Wait. Let me check my name list. I might have written it down here. There was the angel, I'm gonna call it, like, that was depicted with like the sword and the shield. But it wasn't like an angel, actually it was like the one of the kings. I think it was the one, it was King Tiskin, the victorious king of the war. Exactly, like he was depicted with sword and shield and the wings in the museum. That's what I was talking about. Like, that's why it's the path of the past, basically, right? We know that he's standing around there, and there are like the different pathways you can go around. I am. Wait, has this door always looked like that? I don't remember. I might have never actually looked at it. Anyway, like the thing I'm currently thinking about is like, why? Like, can we go to the museum at some point? The next thing was that we were sitting in that vision like near a train station, it looked like. And that reminded me of one more thing that I actually realized while rewatching the last episode. So, Mary in one of the security cams showed a symbol. Let me see if I can find it on like one of my pages here real quick. I don't know if it's visible on camera. It's like the one in the center right now, like holding that. It's like the weird shape there. And here's the thing about that. I was watching stuff, and then I think that is like one of the best realizations that I had. Like, I was in the safe house looking at the map of all of the trainways and was like, you know what, maybe this is like, lowercase lore. This is just like because it's interesting, and certainly has nothing to do with any puzzles or so. Until I realized that this is actually part of that map. So apparently, the symbol that was drawn there starts at the safe house and goes around and reaches the dead end location. I don't know what that means. I have written down like all of the station names here as well as the numbers of the stations. Maybe this is a code that we can enter somewhere. But I just thought that it was really funny, and I had to think about it because we were talking about the station. Maybe it is possible that we might be able to meet Mary like later on at some point, right? Like, we probably have a lot of words or like Hope for explanations? I don't know. I mean, she did kind of leave us when we were just a small child, so maybe we don't. Hard to say. Okay, here's something I want to test today. First of all, the Chamber of Mirrors is here, which is really nice because we need that to get more classrooms. But the Mechanarium, does that work retroactively? Because this one shouldn't actually open anything because we don't have like any mechanism rooms yet. Just checking real quick. Okay, it's just the noise from all the gears below me. But this actually didn't do anything here, which is, by the way, fine, right? Like, I just want to know if, like, the doors suddenly appear, but it doesn't seem like it. Like, last time when I was here, there were actually doors in here, and this time there are none, which is interesting. And we're getting a new map inside of the library. Sadly, I can't use it for anything else. I just had, like, terrible draft here. I can probably make that. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rank 6, it's like exactly above the Mechanarium. Which, by the way, is closed off, even though I have a room inside of it. So that definitely doesn't get like new rooms. I have to get all of the rooms before I entered. Interesting mechanic. I mean, it does make sense, right? Since it only gets like one door, it doesn't talk about like one door opens for each, you know? Oh, so this is actually permanent. That's interesting because like all the other dig spots aren't. But it's the same one, right? Like kept behind locked doors. I'm still not I'm sure if like what they're asking about. If they're talking about like something being like locked, right? Or like barred because it's kept behind doors. Or if it's talking about like something that is behind doors, which could be like a secret, for example. Those are like the few pathways I can currently see, but I have also not fully understood the rules, mainly because like it's talking about like two words in there. I don't know if they're talking about like the dark spots or like the light spots that are used again in the next word. But in any case, I don't plan on actually solving that right now. I'm gonna do that next episode, hopefully, once I have like some time to actually look at it. Okay, I just got 2 classrooms. That's actually great. Wait. Yeah, okay, I didn't open one before. That means I get like a lot of rerolls in a second, which is amazing. But let's get the apple just because I can, because they're extra delicious today. Can the reroll save the run? Because obviously I can't just get a new classroom here. Could just go for the chapel, but since we have 6 redraws, we can probably get something better. I guess it's just the West Wing Hall. Okay, I am actually locked in at this point, so this is going to be a double run again, but we can at least get the parlor going, because I also didn't get any PCs, because otherwise I could obviously open the foundation if I use the utility closet. But alas, I mean, I could also... Wait, I do have some things I can open, some boxes, so let's do the parlor puzzle here. And afterwards I'm going to open the boxes, because maybe I can get a key card. If that's the case, then I can actually continue. A box that displays the word gems is empty, okay. A box that displays the word true is false. The white box is true and does not contain gems. Okay, here is something interesting about this. A word that displays the word true is false. This cannot be true because it displays true, so it would be false, right? Like we would have like this issue here. So this is sometimes true, sometimes false, right? Which means that this is in itself a false statement because it cannot always be true. Which is interesting because this is false. This means that those two can't be false at the same time. So a box that displays the word gems is empty. So it would be empty, and let's just say it's true. And then we have this one. The white box is true and does not contain gems, which is both true, right? Because it would follow this one, and this is important. Displays the word gems with an S is true, or like that is empty, which means that this is also automatically empty. And since those have to be both true at the same time, that means that the gems are inside of this one because it does not display gems, and those two already do, which means that they cannot contain them. At least that should make sense, right? Let's see. And wait, I'm wrong? Okay, wait. I'm gonna have to solve that then. What did I misunderstand here? A box that displays the word gems is empty. Okay. The white box is true and does not contain gems. So assume that this one is true, then this one automatically is also true, which also means that all the boxes that contain the word gems are empty. Those two would be empty, and this one wouldn't be empty. Okay, assume wait, that doesn't make any sense though. I mean, because like this box, okay, this box cannot be true because it contradicts itself. If it were true, because this box displays the word true, or maybe, wait, what wording do I use? No, they also use displays. Now I'm kind of confused here, because I need to figure out this rule, what I'm misunderstanding here. Right, like I would say this displays the word true, right? It just means that it's written on there. This is like my theory, what they are talking about when they're talking about displays. Okay. So obviously this cannot be true, because if it were true, then it would have to be false at the same time. It cannot be true. So it has to be false. Okay. Oh, wait a second. The white box is true and does not contain gems. Has to be false as well, because it has... No, wait. It doesn't have to be false, because obviously this one isn't true. Okay, now I'm really confused, right? Like this is like one of the few instances where I would like to see the second wind-up key just to figure out like what would be the truth, right? Like I don't even care about the gems, but like, okay, a box that displays the word gems is empty. So this has to be empty, assuming that this is true. This one has to be empty because it displays the word gems. And this one also has the word gems on there because it does not contain gems. So this would both has to be empty, assuming that this one is true. Assume that this one is a false box, then that doesn't actually matter, right? It can be empty, but it doesn't have to be empty. So if this one is a false box, then this is automatically also false, because the white box is true, you know, would contradict that. Because if it were true, right, then it could not contain any gems. So those two have to be either true or both false at the same time. Like, I assume that these are false, right? Like if the box isn't true or contains the gems. Oh, wait. True. I see the issue. Okay. No, wait. The white box cannot be true and not contain gems at the... So, this can only be at the same time. Assume that this one contains gems, then it would be false. Right, like the white box would be false automatically, so this would be false. So those two statements cannot be, like they have to be the same truth value at the same time. Otherwise this doesn't work. Unless I'm misunderstanding the word, like the displays word. Maybe because it's not written in the same color, it does, it excludes itself? Right, meaning that like a blue word does not count as like displaying it, which is weird, but like assume that, then it would still be empty. And since this would contain the word gems, it could not have that on there, right? And this one doesn't. Okay, gonna be completely honest, I do not get this puzzle. This is probably the first one, like, there was like the other puzzle I got wrong, where there was a blank statement, but I at least get the rule, because like technically a blank statement at least isn't false, so you can assume that it's true. But this one just does not make sense to me. Maybe I'm too tired for that today, but I do not get which box it's supposed to be while still fulfilling the rules that it has set out to have. Because again, like, assume that this box is false, right? Then either the white box isn't true or it does contain gems, right? But if it were to contain gems, then this would be a false box, right? Like the statement on the box would be false if it contained gems. So that automatically would also make the white box false, which, you know, for this one doesn't actually matter. It would just be The only issue with that is like, okay, if those two are false and this one actually contains the gems, then this one has to be true. Because you only have the, like, you cannot have 3 false statements. But this is a paradoxical statement because itself, like, it cannot be a true statement, because if it were a true statement, it has the word true in itself, so it would be a false statement. And that cannot be at this like true at the same time, unless the rule is that a word that is written in blue does not count for those rules. I'm gonna assume that this is the case, because otherwise this doesn't work. The only way I understand this is if displays a word means that it has to be written in black ink. I don't know. That's like my theory right now. Because otherwise this is inconsistent. Let's see what the boxes give us though. Because if I get the key card, then I can actually continue. Another silver key. I've already used one of those. Wait a second. Oh yeah, like I did get into the Great Hall here, but all the rooms around there obviously are already drafted, so it doesn't actually matter to go in there again. Oh, keycard. Okay, that actually makes it a lot easier. That means we can actually continue. Keycard, elevator, please, squish me. And a squish. So I do have the chapel in the draft pool today, so the question is, should I do that? I don't think this one's worth it. Don't really care about this one, because we also are still, like, we already got 2 rooms, or at least can't reach 2 of those rooms anymore. This one I don't really care that much, but like, getting the X again would actually be worth it. But I feel like just getting Piety of the Bishop is probably the best. I also noticed that I don't have the Blessing anymore, which would have been nice for like another strategy I had in mind, but doesn't help anyway, so who cares. Oh, this is actually the room where we have the map. Can I? Where do I have to stand? I have to stand here, but I don't think I have a shovel, right? Now to find something to dig with, yeah, I don't have a shovel. And the commissary only had the sledgehammer. I've already bought everything. Okay. Just can't forget about it. Ooh, dark room with like 2 of those. That's decent. Let's hope that we are getting something good here. That's awkward. Well, I think the run is over now. I just didn't get anything I could use here, which means I am kind of locked out. I don't have any keys anymore, and sadly I can't buy any here, which is really annoying because I have like a lot of money. Unless I missed a key somewhere, I am kind of stuck. I also got the coat rack, but I only had like dead end rooms here anyway. Is there anything I would prefer to keep for the next run? I mean, we could bring the treasure map, but I don't think it's that worth it. Okay, and just because this was a very short run so far, I'm gonna check out if I can reach the safe house again, just because I want to check some things again, because there was like one thing on the map that I didn't actually look at, but I do have a magnifying glass again. And maybe I can figure out how the map actually relates to the thing that I saw on the camera. Okay, the boat is still here. That's nice. And I hope that I don't have to sit through the animation again. Oh no, there's at least a cutscene again. Okay. I mean, while it is very nice to listen to this music again, I feel like just getting to skip that would be nice after the second time, because like the rest also skips. Anyway, so those are like the people. We remember the names. Totally, like I have them in my list. At least the ones that I had seen, just gonna recheck those. And I also checked this. Wait, wait. We checked this one last time. I checked like a video, and this definitely is a wall we couldn't really reach, and sadly I can't pick up any explosives or so. Now question is, could I break anything of those open? Anyway, like this is the thing that I was looking at the last time, and I didn't look at this one? Okay, it's just the time, 1:05. I almost had hoped that there was like something else I could figure out. But yeah, this is the statue I'm talking about. And this middle part's actually one that we saw in the vision, I think. Right, like those pathways. But the station definitely isn't here. My theory is still that this is related to this station actually. Because like the pattern I'd seen on the like on the camera, like if you follow like this line here to the station 13, then you get like the same symbol. But I don't think I can like click anything here, right? That would be weird. But yeah, this is like the pathway you would go. And you start like in... Now I'm actually kind of confused. Why is there an X here? Like, obviously like an X for you are here makes sense. But since we already have the you are here, this is definitely something that was written on there later. Why didn't I notice that last time? Huh. I mean, it doesn't really help because we can't really get on those rails. Unless there's like a plan, like a certain time when there is like a train coming here, but I don't think there should be. It doesn't really make any sense, right? So maybe we can get like one of those, you know, those cards where I don't know what they're called, right? They have like the lever basically in the middle where like you have like one person on one side and the other one on the other side, and you move that one up and down all the time to move around. Thinking about like one of those cards, because getting like a full train here would be kind of hard. I mean, maybe I could break something here, but that's kind of it. Was definitely a good decision to keep the pool level at the level it currently is though, so I can keep the pathway over here, because I feel like I have to get here again at some point. Maybe once I break that wall, but I don't think a regular sledgehammer would be enough. I would need to have the workshop, and I kinda didn't use that one in my draft today. And like those boxes we also can't open. Just checking, maybe I missed something like behind the wall here. I'm really not sure what those 3 boxes are about. I mean, I'm quite sure that it doesn't help, but I'm still gonna check the place again just because I do have a sledgehammer. I don't think the sledgehammer is going to help us here, but you know, it can't hurt to actually check. Yeah, I expected as much. Obviously, I didn't get like a prompt for this. I'm gonna have to check it the next time I bring a proper sledgehammer, like the powered one. But I would say just... Okay, here's the truth about like this episode. I feel like if I start a new run, then I'm gonna have like another 3-hour episode, and I would like to avoid that just today, right? Like just once. So this is going to be a rather short episode. Is there anything else I wanna check while I'm here? Because I will forget, but I don't think that there is anything too interesting. We had our 3 classrooms. I don't think the outside had anything that I could interact with, you know, even though I have some items. Yeah, this room still doesn't have any items, right? Like, I am quite sure that I'm never going to get an item if I enter here. Which is, by the way, fine. I'm just going in here to get the draft pool, obviously. There's one last thing I could technically try out, but I'm not gonna do that today. I don't think, at least. And that is the following. In the vision, we saw a time. I want to say it's like 1:15. Okay, it's actually too late for that one anyway. And I would have been down there around the same time. I want to say it was like 1:15 or maybe 12. Where in division, I feel like this time might have been important, because otherwise I am kind of stuck with that one. But again, maybe divisions are just, you know, kind of fancy, I guess, to figure some stuff out. But I don't think that there's anything interesting I can do here on the estate. I'm just gonna run around while I'm kind of ending the episode. Well, anyway, I would say this is it then for today. I'm gonna call it a day. Again, this is one of those runs where it didn't quite work out. And again, like, I feel like the things that I want to do, at least like reading the diary and stuff, I feel like I need like a little bit more time between recording sessions to work like most of the stuff out. And then next episode is probably going to be like at least double episode, assuming that I can't actually figure everything out that I want to figure out the first time. I'm still kind of bothered by the fact that every single time I get the code check, I don't get the vault. There's probably a trick to it. Probably I just have to go to the corner rooms again and increase or like decrease the rarity of the vault, and then it's probably going to work out. Anyway, this has been a respectable schoolhouse, and we've gotten one new room, the vestibule. We still need to get like a few more rooms for us to finish. I feel like I think was it like 110-ish rooms that we can get, and we are like close to 100 at this point. There's still some that we can add to the draft pool and stuff. Like, for example, there's like this one hidden one, I'm gonna call it like the hidden one, behind like the one door that I still need to figure out. Right now there's like a lot of stuff that I need to figure out. I just need to find the time to actually do like all of the theory crafting, I'm gonna call it, on the side, but obviously with like episode every second day. Sometimes I am kind of not stressed to get those out. Anyway, should be fine for next time, I hope. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope that you enjoyed the episode. I'll be seeing you next time. Till then, have a good one, and bye bye.